Hey guys, Kiwi here. Today I want to be talking about the most recent episode of Fear the Walking Dead, episode 213, Day to Death, along with the upcoming season 2 finale. So the name Date of Death seems pretty intimidating, and most viewers were concerned that someone crucial was going to die in this episode, but it actually refers to Travis literally losing track of what day it is. So this episode starts with Travis at the gate of the hotel getting let in. We knew this was going to happen at the end of the last episode and what it was leading into, but I expected there to be more conflict letting Travis in, instead of it just being cut as a montage under music with minimal dialogue. Letting Travis in definitely pissed off all the other people trying to get inside, and I'm honestly surprised they could even reclose the gate at all. I would have liked to see more suspense in the reunion, but they obviously wanted to focus more time on different character development. So what's the deal with all the people at the gates then? They just eventually gave up and left? I actually expected the people outside the wall to put up more of a fight, maybe even try to break in and take over the hotel. At the end of the last episode, we see Brandon and his buddy arrive at the hotel gates, but we don't see Chris. Is this completely misleading, or did something happen to Chris either on his own or between them? And is Brandon going to try and break into the hotel and destroy it and take everything for himself? Is he going to try and team up with all those civilians that were trying to break in? Like, whatever happened to them, really? I hope we get an answer for that. The double finale is hopefully going to answer all of these many questions I have burning in the back of my head about this show and the directions all the character arcs are leading it. The entire episode is practically Travis telling Madison the story of how he lost Chris. Well, we get to experience with him as the viewers. I was really wondering what Travis would say to Madison, if he'd even mention Chris, and if so, what. I imagine Travis telling some dumbed down version, but at this point, Travis just needed to let it out and explain the frustration he went through to someone who was logical and humane enough to understand. I do congratulate Travis in dealing with Chris's bullshit to the very end. Lord knows I would have been pulling my hair out a long time ago. So following Chris murdering the farmer in cold blood, Travis immediately rushes to Chris's new friend James, who was shot in the leg. Notice how he was shot in the leg and not the face. The farmer owner never intended on killing him, he just pressured and panicked, especially since he was speaking in a different language. Travis respectfully buries the poor farmer next to the rest of his family, which I honestly loved. It's the type of guy Travis is. He must feel immense guilt that his son is the one to end the farmer's life, and even worse knowing that Chris knows what he did and doesn't care. Chris is literally a sociopath at this point. He doesn't feel any conscience or guilt for what he's doing and for what he's done. He believes that he's evolved quickly to live alongside this new world. Although it is possible for someone to hypothetically evolve in this world the correct way to better handle it, it is very unlikely, and Chris has definitely not done it correctly whatsoever. Evolving in this world the right way would mean so much more than what Chris realized. It means being responsible and confident, making smart decisions, and knowing what to do about someone or something when it comes down to it. That doesn't mean just kill people who get in your way like Chris thinks it does. He thinks he has life all figured out, throwing morals and humanity out the window as he feels there's no right and wrong. That couldn't be further from the truth. Chris is honestly so corrupted and brainwashed and close-minded and stubborn, like he's just saying what he wants himself to believe at this point. That's what I think. The writers did such a good job at making so many layers to Chris and his character. He is so obviously wrong, but at the same time, it would take so long to properly explain every point as to why he's so intricate. Where do I even begin? Every single action Chris does, whether it's something he says or even just a facial expression, could be broken down and analyzed. The actor who plays Chris continues to hit literally every single key on point, and although I honestly hate Chris with a passion, I can appreciate how the actor is putting so much into this character, considering how deep the character truly is. The fact of how pretentious Chris is about all of this on top of it honestly grinds my gears. Chris acts like he literally knows the right answer to everything, as if he's all high and mighty now that he has things figured out. Chris just constantly stares at Travis in such a dark and evil yet blank way, almost like he's looking right through him. He doesn't appreciate his father, he doesn't care about him, he doesn't even agree with him either. All that being said, he thinks he understands his father and what he wants, to the point where he tells Travis everything that he wants to hear just to trick him because he knows Travis would easily fall for it. The fact that Chris can do that really does prove that what he said in the beginning of the episode is true, that he knows right from wrong, that he knows the proper way to survive and how to be a good person, but he just doesn't want to be. He's known these guys for 2 days and he's already jumped their bandwagon so hard. Chris tells Travis that he doesn't have it in him to do what needs to be done, aka murder anyone that gets in your way or causes issues. Chris thinks that he had it in him to kill his mom, but then he lost it again. He actually considers Travis killing his ex-wife the same as Brandon killing James, although it was completely different. Travis only did it to show her mercy. She was going to die anyways. James wasn't in any life-threatening danger, and Brandon is just as much of a murderer as Chris. That much should be obvious, right? And it's pretty safe to say that Chris's new friends are obviously selfish and stubborn, especially the leader Brandon. He's sort of the ringleader, bringing this sort of feel to them. I feel like everyone else wouldn't have been so bad if they weren't influenced by him. And ever since the second we met him at the campfire in 210, they have been wasteful, ignorant people. Travis recommends just eating the eggs, keeping the chickens alive longer, preserving the resources on the farm. They didn't care. They just ate the chickens in a week, and that's why they wanted to leave. So they just wanted to move on. They didn't have anything there left for them, regardless of their injured friend. Brandon wants to kill James just because he's dead weight. He has no real reason not to wait a week, which is the stupidest and most pathetic thing you can decide, really. Like, speaking out to Brandon real quick, as if he could hear me. You have no time limit or real destination. You aren't planning on meeting up with anyone else in the near future. You don't need to go anywhere so urgently. I'm not sure if this part is true, as Chris was just trying to trick Travis, but apparently, Brandon, you've known this guy since childhood, and you can't be bothered to wait a week for him to heal? Like, ugh, this guy is just literally made to be hated in every single way from every single angle, no matter what your perspective is. Like, by the end of this episode, like, general consensus, this guy is king douche, and like, good job whoever the actor is for Brandon. Like, good job, man. You do a good job being an asshole, and you should be proud of that. Just like Chris, I guess. He's pretty good at that too when you really think about it. I mean, they could have left James with Travis. They didn't need to kill him. They just did it because they wanted to. Maybe James knows more about Brandon than he would like him to. Like, I don't know, man. He just killed him to be an asshole. He definitely didn't need to. I would have almost preferred him staying with James, and then maybe they could have went back to the hotel together. Like, why not, right? But that obviously didn't happen. I could go on and on about why these guys are just horrible people, but I think I've rambled long enough about them. I'll just leave it by saying that I hope they end up getting what they deserve in the finale. And although I really enjoy Chris's character as much as I hate him as a person, like, I want him to die a very gruesome death, and I want it to be epic and awesome, but I'm not sure if the finale is his time yet. We'll just have to see. Completely moving on from that entire mess, there's the conversation between Alicia and Madison at the end of the episode. Madison explains to Alicia that her father actually committed suicide, something she's never told anyone except for Strand a few episodes back. He had a very vague note left for them, said that he loves them all, but enough is enough. What was enough? We knew Nick was a druggie, but could there have been something else in the marriage that caused him to give up on life? We never even met the original father. Like, I don't even know what he looks like. Maybe they showed a picture of him in the first season, but I honestly don't remember. And everything about his backstory and how it's affected Nick and Alicia and Madison has all come out of the second half of season 2. I feel like they should have given us his story earlier on, especially if there's another hidden reason as to why he did what he did. Regardless, it is good seeing Madison and Alicia come to terms with this. Alicia being mature enough to realize why Madison kept it a secret, and I feel like this was a true conclusion to the mini drama that's been going on between the two. And obviously, this was just at the end of the episode, as there wasn't as much action or story to tell like on Travis's end, but I really feel like this was more of a parental related episode, and I think it was really good. In the previews for the finale, we see the cartel attacking somewhere, but we aren't exactly sure where. They could be attacking the hotel, as we see conflict there too, but it is assumed that the cartel will attack the Colonia, which has been set up for the past few episodes, so that will be something crazy to watch for sure. We see Nick supposedly leaving the Colonia while trying to convince Louisiana to come with him. If the cartel doesn't appear at the hotel, then maybe the threat there is just Brandon, along with the other civilians that were trying to get in previously. Either way, the conflict results in Strand saying that they need to get out of there, with the truck breaking the gates down as they escape. We see Brandon and his buddy running in what looks like an underground parking lot, although I'm not sure the context. Is it possible that Brandon has found a way into the hotel, possibly threatening everyone there? It is entirely possible he riled up all the civilians to help him as well. And that just leaves the question, where is Chris? I wouldn't put it past Chris to kill one of his family members, to be honest, or threaten them, resulting in his death. Will he show up out of nowhere and ruin everyone's day, or actually have a change of heart and do something good for once? I highly doubt it, but you never know. You never know with this show, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. Feel free to subscribe for more, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.